Good morning to all of you students. So students, in our initial video we had completed the chapter number 5th. Okay, today what we are going to do is to start our chapter number 6. So whenever we start a chapter, we will have a brief knowledge about the chapter name. For example, in the chapter number 5th we had studied about the morphology of the flowering plant. Here we are going to study about the anatomy of the flowering plant. So what is the major difference between morphology and anatomy? So dear students, in morphology you had only seen the external structure of the flower, okay, or the flowering, you can say plant, okay. But here in the case of anatomy, what you are going to see is the internal structure. Means a plant which shows flowering, what are the structure or what are the internal structure, what are the resemblance of cells, what are the constitution of cells, how the cells are just attached to each other, and what is the arrangement, what is the structure, what is the function of them, we are going to study here. So basically the major difference between morphology and anatomy is that in morphology we are studying about the external structure, like as you know we had seen the morphology of root, shoot, like root means root, shoot means stem, leaf, as well as flower and fruit also, okay. But here we are going to see the internal structure of the part of plant or plant, okay. Now students, the anatomy is not only define the structure, the internal structure, but also show you how they perform. Means if you see the internal structure of any part of the plant, you will also elaborate or you are also able to determine the function through it. For example, had you seen xylem and phloem, or you listen about xylem and phloem? Obviously all of you had listened about what is xylem and phloem. So for knowing about xylem and phloem, for studying about xylem and phloem, can you determine by only seeing a flower externally? No, na. For that you have to see the flower internally. That's why the anatomy of the flowering plant is important. Okay, externally, by only seeing the external features, you are not able to define or determine the main functions and the conduction, or you can say the characteristics of the plant or plant parts. Okay students, now just open your books and let's study from your book. Okay, so at the very first chapter, or you can say at the very first page of this chapter, there is a graph showing on your book, okay, that is plant tissue. Obviously students, plant is consist of plant tissue as animal is consist of animal tissue. So usually from your childhood, when you were in class 6th, 7th, you had been studying throughout from there that plant tissue is divided into two parts, that is meristematic tissues and permanent tissues. Okay, plant tissue is divided into two parts, that is meristematic tissue and permanent tissue. Meristematic tissues were those tissue who were having the capability of dividing themselves, whereas on the other hand permanent tissues were those tissue who had stopped their growth. So basically they were also originated from the meristematic tissue. Means meristematic tissue, those who had stopped their growth, now converted into permanent tissue. So you can see there in your book with the help of the flow chart, which is given on the page number 6.2. okay, so from there you can see this flow chart. Now students, if you are not having the book, I am just switching the camera on side of the book, okay, and you can see from there. This is plant tissue. Plant tissue means group of plant cells. So plant tissue is divided into two parts, meristematic tissue and permanent tissue. Here you can see undergoes division. Permanent tissue do not undergoes division. Now simple permanent tissue made up of only one type of cells, complex permanent tissue made up of many kinds of cells. Okay, they are the part of permanent tissue. Now in simple you can see parenchyma, collenchyma, sclerenchyma. In compound you are seeing the xylem and phloem. See here, in sclerenchyma fibers and sclerides are given. Okay student, so with the help of this flow chart you are just having a brief idea about the division of plant tissue. Okay, so here you can see on the basis of their characters they has been divided into meristematic and permanent, means those who are dividing is in meristematic part, those who are not dividing that in the permanent part. So here in meristematic tissue you are going to study that the area or the zone from where the plant is taking or showing growth. Okay, that region will contain meristematic tissue. So such type of zone you can see in the apex of root. Apex means tip of root, shoot, etc. Okay, means every tip of the plant you are going to see the meristematic tissue. And instead of tip you are also going to see the meristematic tissue in the lateral side of the plant part. Okay, now here you can see classification of meristematic tissue: promeristem, primary meristem, intercalary meristem, secondary meristem, core cambium. So these are the meristematic tissues, means if the plant is taking place or growing from the tip region, they are the part of primary meristematic tissue. Okay, in intercalary meristematic tissue, when the plant is taking growth from in between its part, that will be the part of intercalary meristematic tissue. Okay students, now what is vascular bundle, cambium ring? Here you can see in between xylem and phloem cambium ring is found. Cambium ring in woody stem or in old plant or in old tree is helpful in the recognition of the age of the plant. Okay students, now here you can see the cortex. Cortex is the middle of the this is what, first of all know what is this, the circle structure. This is the dissection of the stem. Okay, this is the dissection of a stem. It is not mentioned here, but I am telling to you this is the dissection of a stem. Okay, so this is the cortex region. Here xylem and phloem is there. Okay, and in between cambium is found. Okay, phloem as the outer side, here the xylem, and in between ring like structure is known as phloem. Okay, now here you can see the cambium is intrafascicular, means in between xylem and phloem. Here it is interfascicular, means it is between xylem and phloem and also along through it. Okay, so here students you are able to see the internal structure in the anatomy of flowering plant. So yes student, this class was only about the brief introduction of this chapter. We will start the next part from our next class. Okay students, thank you so much to all of you.